Robert Sunny Frost on my IBMYP project. I am a sophomore student at West High School. This is the 2016-17 school year. My project compares United States of America education versus Germany education. First question of my project report. What was your SMART goal? My goal was to show people how German and United States education are similar and different. Second question, what made your goal a highly challenging goal? This was a highly challenging goal because it was hard to find good sources, and I also had to get some first-hand experience. Third question, how did your personal interests influence the selection of your goal? Last summer of 2016, I went to Germany for 2 weeks and went to school there for a week with a friend of mine in Germany. And that's how I got started because I went to the Germany school and I wanted to compare it to my education in the United States. What is your global context? My global context is globalization and sustainability. I chose this because this deals with comparing country to countries on education. That's why I chose globalization. Fourth question, what is the relationship between your goal and the global context? The relationship is that I'm comparing Germany and the United States educations, which is globalization because it's comparing two countries on their education, and it is also related to sustainability because from comparing each other, you can see which has the better education system, and whoever has the worst education system could uh, use the other education to better their own. The only prior knowledge I had before going on this trip was not much. I didn't really know anything about German education. Before doing any research, my prior knowledge was from just going into the German school and experiencing it for a couple of days. What new understandings did you gain from your research? From doing research, I understand how Germany went through their educational system from their version of US kindergarten to their version of elementary school to middle school and to their high school. It is very different, and I had to learn about how their system works and how they got from one place to another. And it also helped a lot to actually be a part of it and go through a couple days of German education. What sources did you use? I used the Heinrich Noble website, academic.custa.edu, hks.harvard.edu, backstaff.bloomu.edu, files.eric.ed.gov, and a PowerPoint on German educational systems, which was the EDU. I knew all these sources were credible because of noticing that all of them were a .edu or a .gov, and one of them was even from the University of Harvard. I could also know that it was accurate because I also experienced and understood that from my own experience that it was true, and I could also back it up by it giving the author and its sources. It is relevant because that's how I understood how the German education system works, and that's how I got all my information. Now to the planning section. What were your criteria? My criteria was I wanted a fun project to do something that also I got to travel to Germany with. So I got something fun to do, and since I got to go to a German school, it was a thing that came to my mind when I went there that I could compare it to USA schools. Why did I select it? Because I got to go to Germany and see what a German education was like, and this came to my mind while I was there that I could compare it. What makes your criteria rigorous? This is a hard topic because it is hard to find research on German education, and it also required me to go all the way to Germany and go to school. And when I got to that school, I couldn't understand what anyone was saying because they all spoke in German. So I had to use my friend that I was with to translate a lot of it, which was made it very hard. Explain the step-by-step process and timeline you use uh, as you work to complete your project. I started my project in the summer of 2016 when I made a daily journal of what I did in Germany for those 2 weeks. And then I did my research at the beginning of the school year, turned in a journal in the middle of the school year in December, and have now I at the end of the school year have been doing my project to get to this point. In my journal, I explained what I did every day while I was in Germany. That's what I did in my journal. How did you manage your time and resources effectively? Well, I went to Germany, which is a big resource for first-hand experience, and that was in the summer, so I started my project early, even before the school year started, which gave me some more time. What obstacles did I experience? The obstacles that I experienced was going all the way to Germany and going to a school that didn't speak my language, so it was hard to understand what they were saying. Another obstacle I faced was uh, doing this project because it's a big project, so it was a lot to handle and I had to spread out the project. How did you handle those obstacles? I handled it by getting my friend from Germany to translate so I could understand more of their education, and she explained to me what a daily school day was like. And then how did I handle this project? I had to start it early and then work throughout the year on it. Now to the taking action section. Describe the product slash outcome that you created. I created a poster board that explains the differences and similarities between German and States education with images of my trip in Germany and images of American high schools, and that was my product. How does your product slash outcome reflect the SMART goal that you developed? Well, my SMART goal was to compare German and United States education systems to people, and that's exactly what my poster board did. It compared side by side German and United States education and what the differences and similarities were using through images and explaining. How does your product slash outcome reflect the global context you selected? It uses globalization and sustainability by talking about parts of the world and their education systems, which were Germany and the United States, which is globalization. Sustainability, it compares them, which can make each of the education systems better by comparing them and seeing what the other education system has and what they could add to their own. Why did you choose to express your learning through your product slash outcome? I selected to do a poster board because it was the only way that I could compare side by side, literally side by side, the United States and German education system. It also provided pictures and comparing them side by side, and it could compare and contrast how they were similar and alike. On any other way, you couldn't get it side by side, but you could get it similar, but not like you could get this on a poster board, which makes it super easy to see and directly correlate with people, like how they are similar and different. How does your product slash outcome reflect new ideas and different perspectives? Well, I used my own pictures that I took from Germany of the school that I went to, which is my perspective, and not a lot of people get to go to a different country's uh, school system, which is a rare perspective, which I got to receive. And it was pictures that I took, so only I have, which makes it unique. Now the reflecting section. How does your product slash outcome meet your criteria that you developed? It was a fun project, which was in my criteria. I got to travel out of it, and I also got to see how Germany education works, which was cool. How can you transfer your newly learned knowledge to other areas in your life? I could correct United States education system by knowing how Germany is successful at their education and maybe putting some of German aspects into our own school at West High School that could help the education. How was completing the project extend, extend your knowledge and understanding of your topic? It extended my knowledge by doing all the research, which was a lot, to figure out how German education system works, which is really interesting. But I still like the United States education system, and the German education system is a little bit more complex. How has completing the project extended your knowledge and understanding of the global context you selected? It extended my knowledge because now I know more about a different country's education system and that and how it can help our education. Which IB learner profile attributes did you develop throughout the project? In this project, I developed a knowledgeable and open-minded attributes. Knowledgeable because I did all the research and figured out about German education, and open-minded because I was willing to change the way of US education to be more like German education to better how people learn and the way people learn and how they get it. This has been my project report. Thank you for listening.